Hello and welcome back to Norway, to Narvik, for day 2 of racing. It's the men's Super G set to go out here in just a few minutes' time. Beautiful settings here in Narvik. You can see there the start at 476 meters, finish just above sea level, 152 meters. A total vertical drop on this Super G race course of 324 meters, 21 gates, and this Super G course has been set by the German coach. It's Canada first in the start gate, getting ready there. We have an exciting race ahead. The women raced the Super G discipline yesterday and the team combined, and that is the plan here today in the men's event. 68 racers in total on today's Super G start list. And the fastest will be going out in the early numbers. We were set to go ahead with this race at 11 a.m. local time. It's been pushed back, delayed an hour as we waited for the weather to improve, and it has done exactly that. So here is a look at the early starters. Canada get things underway with Jake Curtis-Knight, followed by Switzerland, Austria, the US in those early starters as well, with John Kerbaugh. Rounding out the top 15 is Simon Widmeister for Germany. And then we move our way down the rest of the start list. It was the French racer Emmy Charbonnier who took gold yesterday in the women's Super G. Let's see how things play out here today. It is one race run, one inspection, and the athlete that executes and finds the fastest and cleanest line will take gold here in the men's Super G.
Team combined here at 2026 FIS Alpine Junior.
Now this Super G is also the Super G portion of the team combined, and that takes a Super G skier along with a slalom skier, and they combine the time. So the slalom run, slalom portion, will go out later this afternoon.
Today's championships start off with Super G. Team combined.
Well, lots of activity on the hill today. Great to see people, locals out watching, and I'm sure family and friends have made the trip up to Narvik to watch their athlete compete in these 45th FIS Alpine Junior World Ski Championships. We have the men's Super G coming up in just about 40 seconds time. Racer number 1 will push out of the start gate, and there are the littlest of fans waving their Norwegian flags. What a great view. And now as we go back to the top.
Top to bottom, no respect. Come on. You got it. Move forward, okay, come on. You got it, come on. No respect, come on, Jake.
Jake Curtis-Knight for Canada getting those final words of motivation from his ski tech in the start gate.
Come on, Jake, you got it.
20 years of age from Jasper, Alberta, races out of the Banff Alpine Racers. And he's out on course here, opening turns, lots of terrain here, big, open, swooping, high-speed turns. Gets pushed just a little bit wide, but this is good charge and attack from the Canadian. First out on course is not easy on Super G. Coaches along the side must rely on the forerunners to give a good report up to the top. He goes through the speed gun at 120 kilometers per hour. And now Jake Curtis-Knight approaching the finish area, tucking for the line. He sets the time, fastest time so far, 40.57. That is the time to beat for the rest above. So Jake Curtis-Knight in the finish. We go right back to the top. These will be quick intervals here as we make our way through these 68 racers. Aurelio Wiersch for Switzerland out on course now, 20 years of age. out of Ski Club Valence. He missed out on the Tarvisio World Juniors last year, but in 2024 he competed in, oh, he's gone a little bit wide and low. Oh, this is all sorts of trouble for the Swiss skier, racer number 2. Looking for his first result at the Junior World Ski Championships. He's well off the pace of the Canadian now with that mistake midway down. Now at the bottom here, just holding that tuck position, staying as low as possible. He skips over the finish line into second, 1.8 back of the Canadian leader. Racer 3 next to go. It's Austria in the start gate with Matthias Fernsebner, 20 years of age. He was your bronze medalist in this discipline in Tarvisio last year, where the Junior World Ski Championships were held. 1300ths of a second at the first interval, and he's gone a bit wide, as we saw from the Swiss skier. The Canadian so far, Curtis Knight, skiing that opening section clean and smooth, but very on point. And Fernsebner's 0.38 off the pace. Important to know that Fernsebner's dad, Araini, as he's known, coaches the men's British team, that slalom crew that are doing so well. And so Matthias Fernsebner here, he's second for the moment, 0.6 back of the Canadian. So last year's bronze medalist in this discipline in the Super G is off the pace here early on. We go to the first of the Americans, John Kerbau, 20 years of age, from Williston, Vermont. Races at a Mountain Mansfield Academy. He's competing in all disciplines here at these junior championships. The downhill, of course, the downhill event was canceled. This is the first event to go ahead on the men's side. Oh, and he's in all sorts of trouble. That is a key turn. And not only to ski that clean, but on that turn, that's all your speed to carry out onto the lower part, the flats. He's through this second intermediate, and he is 0.57 off the pace, trying to hold that tuck position as tight as he can. Opens up just a little bit for the terrain here on the closeout, trying to keep it smooth and clean. John Kerbau for the USA crosses the finish line, skis into third position, 1.24 back. Well, first racer out still leads the way. It's the Canadian Jake Curtis Knight. We go back to the top, racer number 5, Sandro Manzer for the Swiss team. Last year's silver medalist in the Super G from Tarvisio. And here in Narvik, he's looking to perhaps do one better. But it's this turn here that needs to be clean. He finds the elevation, he stays tighter than the rest and carries better speed, but just a little error comes on the next gate. But this is aggressive skiing and full race mode here from the Swiss skier, and he has the green light, 0.16 of a second ahead of the pace set by the Canadian. Ooh, he's very on point here on the lower part of the track. One gate to go. He's tucking for the finish line. Sandro Manzer for Switzerland take the lead away from the Canadian. 0.18 of a second. Goes into top spot. So Switzerland lead the way. Germany's Benno Brandes next to go. 19 years of age from Oberstdorf. He's running the Super G this morning, and then we'll take the short skis, racing the slalom portion on one of the other German teams. Oh, and he's skied out. Makes the error on that crucial turn just as they come off of the steeper section. And Benno Brandes for Germany is a DNF. He's your Super G gold medalist from Tarvisio. So it won't be a repeat here in Narvik. We stay with Germany. Felix Rosel next to go. 20 years of age. The holds the title in the downhill discipline, gold medal. He will carry that title through till next year's Alpine Junior World Ski Championships. In this opening section, he's smooth and clean. The line is there. Is the speed there through that second interval? He's off the pace by 0.3 of a second. That would put him third for the moment. Swiss leading the way, Canada sitting second, and it's Germany on course. He's had 2 World Cup starts that came this season, back in December in Val Gardena. And Roslo crosses the finish line. He goes third, 0.71 off the pace, losing a little more time on the lower section.
From Switzerland. Next from France is bib number 8, Nash Marchand.
Out on course now, first the French is Nash Marchand, 19 years of age, from Serre-Chevalier, but races with the Club de Sport Courchevel. Oh, and he's gone wide. Look at the skills to pull that line back. He had patience, stayed with that outside turning ski, and was able to make the next turn. But that error is costly, 0.51 off the pace, and I'm not sure he can pull that back on the lower part of the track, but he is trying, pushing the limits, getting thrown around. And Nash Marchand for France with bib number 8 skis into 5th position. Time stacking up tight behind the fastest 2. But 1 and 2 still well ahead of the rest of the competitors. French next to go as well. It's 18-year-old Victor Hagigat. Skis for Club de Sport Val Thorens. 13 Europa Cup starts to his name across downhill and Super G. He's found the top 15 twice in downhill on the Europa Cup Tour. And he too is pushing the limits on the opening section. Gets a little bit late on that crucial left-footed turn, but he's found the balance of risk-reward. He's 0.18 of a second up, and he's flying on the closing section. He needs to keep it precise here. This could be a new leader for France. Victor Hagigat crosses the finish line. He did it. Oh, 0.03 of a second up. French take the lead. France into top spot, knocking the Swiss skier into second, Sandro Manzer. Victor leads the way by 0.03 of a second.
And third French racer is bib 10, Thomas Schei.
Thomas Schei is next to go, the French skier.
From France next, bib number 10, leader is his team comrade, Victor Agenot. Ahead, Sandro Manzer, Switzerland.
It's been held for a brief moment in the start gate. There's your new leader for France. Excellent turnout here for this men's Super G. Plenty of fans out watching the excitement here for this Alpine Junior World Ski Championships.
And in the leader's chair, Victor Agenot France. In the lead at the Super G part of the men's team combined event here at the 2026 FIS Alpine Junior World Ski Championships in Narvik. Current leader, Victor Agenot France.
Next racer still being held in the start here, just for a moment. And we're ready to get back underway here with racer number 10, the French skier, Thomas Schei.
Thomas Schei. Thomas Schei from France, next racer.
Finished 15th in Tarvisio in the Super G discipline, picked up gold in the team combined. with his teammate Jonas Skavar. And now Thomas out on course here, these opening turns. Gets right into the rhythm. He's 0.25 off the pace. Oh, and he's into trouble on that key section. He slides out of the course on the inside ski, and he is furious. Frustration. Skied those opening turns really nicely. Gets a little bit light. It's the elevation. The hill drops away, and he's trying to get the grip of the outside ski. But the speed he was carrying entering that turn didn't allow him to stay in the course. So back to the top, we stay with the French. And this is Charlie Woodbridge, 21 years of age. He races at a Club de Sport Courchevel. And let's see how he does on this key turn. There's the right footer, the blue, prepares for this left-footed turn. He just about makes it through that next turn. And he's still in the course. Woodbridge now tucks out across the flats. 0.76 off the pace now for Charlie Woodbridge. Hits the speed gun at 114 kilometers per hour. He's trying to pull back some time here on the closeout. Charlie Woodbridge, wearing bib 11, crosses the finish line, skis into 7th position. So no change to the top 3. The Norwegian, first of the Norwegians, ready to go now. Magnus Brevik, 19 years of age. Out on course. These opening turns are crucial to get into the rhythm and get a feel for the track. Oh, and he's down. Losing a ski, but slides it out. Still sliding. Just fell onto the inside ski. So the first of the Norwegians will not finish, as Magnus Brevik skis out of the course. Thumbs up, and he looks to be okay. The 4th turn here, just ahead of that first interval, where he gets caught on the inside ski. So next racer to go, wearing bib 13, is the Norwegian Sebastian Espen Bengtsson. There's a Swiss team watching in the finish area. There's your leader, and we go back to the top. The French team lead the way. I must remind you, the French won yesterday's Super G with Emi Charbonnier. Could Team France pick up the double win? But we're still early on in this Super G race. Sebastian Espen Bengtsson now out on course, 20 years of age. He was 10th in the Super G at last year's Junior Worlds. And he's through that tough section with ease and precision on the Super G turn. At the second split, he's off the pace by 0.22 of a second, and he's gone wide here on the flats. That precision he had on the opening part of the course, he's lost it ever so slightly, but this could be enough to shake up the top 3 for Norway. Bengtsson tucks for the finish line, skis into 4th. Oh, 0.61 back, just misses out on the medals. Straight back to the top, we go to the French. Tommy Dunant, 20 years of age. out of the Club de Sport Courchevel. 13th in last year's Super G at the Junior Worlds in Tarvisio. Just getting thrown around a little bit here. There is a lot of terrain on this track. It's not the longest as Super Gs. Oh, and he's in all sorts of trouble. He stays in the course. But that error, just as he's coming off of the opening steep section, surely has cost him time. And yes, 1.92 back. And on this short Super G track, we just can't pull that time back. He absolutely clatters one of those gates on the flats. And we'll have to take a moment to fix that, I'm sure. He skis into 11th for Donant for the French team. And there's the error, the replay there. Stays in the course, but losing all his speed before the track then runs out onto the flats.
Next is bib number 15.
End of the top 15 here. Racer 15 will be the German skier Simon Widmeiser, 21 years of age. So Widmeiser is, well, looking to improve on his 6th place finish in the Super G. We're just taking a moment here to fix that gate that the French skier took out.
Position, Sebastian Espenbanks from Norway. 5th, Felix Rösler, Germany. 6th, Matthias Frentzen.
Well, understandable the frustration from the racers that have skied out all their energy and effort being put into this one run. High speed turns here in the Super G. One inspection in the morning and then it's race time. Germany's Simon Widmeiser is out on course now. 0.62 out at that opening interval just in those first 4 turns. And now shoots out across the flat section through the second split time. 0.89 off the pace.
The crux of today's course. Good training. 89.
So Germany's Widmeiser, bib 15, crosses the finish line, skis into 9th position, 1.07 back, top 10 for the moment.
Training by 107. That was the 15th first running of the team combined event. Leader 5, 4.
Out on course now is first of the Italians, Pietro Brolio, 20 years of age. Oh, and he's into trouble as well. Same gate where the Norwegian went down. He has skied out of the course, and that's a DNF for Brolio, a young Italian from Courmayeur.
Competition.
And that also takes out the Italy Team 1 from the Team Combined competition. He was due to, well, his teammate Jakob Franzelen was due to race in the slalom portion. We stay with the Italians here. It's Luca Ruffinoni.
So second Italian today. 17.
Now, on this 4th turn, gets the elevation that he's needed. He's skiing this well, but perhaps just giving it a little too much respect. He's precise on the turn, but not finding that balance, that limit. But he's in the course through that second intermediate time, 0.97 off the pace here for Ruffinoni. He too will be a part of the Team Combined, and his teammate Lorenzo Garosa will race the slalom portion, going out later today. But Ruffinoni for Italy crosses the finish line into 9th position, 1.05 back. First for the Argentinians, it's Nicolas Quintero,
American continent again.
19 years of age, competed in Tarvisio at last year's Alpine Junior Worlds. Oh, and he's into trouble on that first gate. Good recovery from Quintero, but it's the next left-footed turn as the hill falls away, and the Argentinian is out and will not finish here in the Super G.
He's out and scores a DNF. Same gate.
Next to go, the American Matthias Wilson.
Fraser. 19.
Competed in Tarvisio,
States of America, uncle.
picked up a 10th in the downhill, didn't finish, didn't pick up a result in the Super G. Can he do that here today? Skis out of Sugar Bowl Ski Academy. Ooh, that's a precise line. No troubles at all on that crucial turn coming off the steeps for Wilson. Now Matthias Wilson through this second intermediate, and he's off the pace by 0.55, but top speed at almost 123 kilometers per hour for Matthias Wilson. Just a couple turns left here, holding that tuck position, managing all that terrain with the legs. And Matthias Wilson for the USA skis into 5th position, 0.68 off the pace. Yeah, and a fist pump from Wilson. He's happy with that one.
Number 19.
It's the cleanest ski we've seen in some time. We go to Sweden with William Hallqvist, 18 years of age. Racing here in the Super G and also part of the Team Combined event. He's running it direct and tight. Word has gotten to the top about the line to ski these key turns. This opening section's a little bit steeper, and then here as they pass the second intermediate, it really flattens out. There's lots of terrain to the finish, but the work done above is what counts for the bottom. And Hallqvist was 0.36 off the pace at the second intermediate. Just a few gates left here, tucking to the line. William Hallqvist skis into 12th position for Sweden, 1.32 back. We go to Alex Krupka for the USA, 19 years of age. Racing on the NORAM circuit. Picked up a top 5 finish, his first top 5 finish on the Giant Slalom Tour at the NORAMs. And this is smooth and clean on this opening section from Krupka, 19 years of age. Skis out of Ski and Snowboard Club Vale, 0.38 off the pace at the second intermediate. Just going a little bit wide here on some of these closing turns. Lots of terrain on the bottom part of the track. The timing of the turn, but Krupka skis into the top 10, 9th position, 0.91 back. Top American for the moment. Next up for the Swiss team is Jack Spencer, 20 years of age. He was a silver medalist in the Team Combined in Tarvisio a year ago, so he will be competing as oh! And another racer out on that challenging turn. That puts him out of the Super G and his team out of the Team Combined. With Jack Spencer skied out here for Switzerland.
And the gate is also blind. Really course inspection, really important. Jack Spencer.
Just a couple little tactical errors from the racers. And at these high speeds, with these also technical turns, any little line error can be costly. There's always one or two key sections, crucial sections in a Super G. And there is exactly that here in this Super G here in Narvik. Attila Eberhard Banyai for Hungary is out on course now, 20 years of age. Picked up a 12th place finish in the Super G in Tarvisio. And he is smooth and clean through that crucial turn, that left-footed red gate. Now shoots out onto the flats in that low tuck position. 0.96 off the pace now for Banyai.
600 with Banyai on course.
D2, Hungary will have a team entered into the team combined. His teammate Noel Major will do the slalom portion. And Banyai's done his job here in the Super G. Skis into 13th position, 1.31 back.
Oh, man.
Racer from the United States.
Next to go for the Americans, Jeremy Nolting. Just wait and fix a panel on one of the gates a little bit further up the track. There's your leader at the bottom, still the French skier. Victor Hagenat is leading the way. He was the 9th racer out on course. Second place being held by the Swiss skier Sandro Mansour, and it's the Canadian first racer of the morning, Jake Curtis Knight, sits third. There's some of the U.S. women watching on here for today's men's event.
Because first, or the last time somebody did 2 gold medals was in 2022. Giovanni Franzoni
Just on a brief hold here while we fix some gates, and those gates course crew working hard to keep this track in good race conditions. Absolutely stunning views from the start gate. You can see the freighters, the boats out on the sea, and the town sprawls below. Jeremy Nolting pushes out of the start gate. Racer number 24, the American, looking for a top result here. Top American racer for the moment. Sits in 9th position. Is Alex Krupka. But Jeremy Nolting now charging this opening section, only 0.13 of a second off the pace at that opening split. And now at split number 2, he has the green light by 0.07 of a second. Oh, we could have a change on the top spots. Into a little bit of trouble over these bottom rollers, but he's absolutely flying. Just about misses that blue gate over one of those rollers. But Jeremy Nolting for the USA tucks for the finish line. Oh, he drops into 4th. Just missing out on the top spot. He had us on the edge of our seats. But that is a 4th place finish for now for Nolting. We go back to the top to the Italian. Racer number 25 is Thomas D'Ambrogio out of Sosdu, which is just next to Bardonecchia. Has 12 Europa Cup starts to his name across downhill and Super G. Oh, and he's into trouble. Just as he's made it through those tough, crucial turns on that opening steeper section, and just gets caught and spun around. Looks as though we have a little bit of fog rolling in. We need that to stay away. So the Italian, D'Ambrogio, out.
on his skis. Ambrogio from Italy. Next is Axel Lindenmeyer.
Axel Lindenmeyer for the USA out on course now from Crested Butte Mountain. Finished 7th in this discipline last year. Currently races and train with the Apex 2100 postgraduate PG team, but also graduated out of the academy program. He's into a little bit of trouble, but good recoveries from Lindenmeyer here through that crucial turn. Now out onto the flat section and through this second intermediate, 0.46 off the pace. The fastest three are separated by only 0.21 of a second. His teammate Jeremy Nolting has just skied into 4th position. And now Axel Lindenmeyer looking for one of those top spots from bib 26, skis into 5th, 0.53 back of the lead. Good ski there from Axel Lindenmeyer, top 5. Robert Clark next to go for Switzerland. Clark, 20 years of age. Competed in the 2024 Youth Olympics in Gangwon in Korea, finishing 8th in the Super G discipline. Oh, and he's tried to get early on that left ski and gets caught a little bit by the terrain. He had an incredibly agile move on that left ski to stay in the course, but that air has been costly to the time. 1.16 off the pace, and going a little bit wild here on these closing rollers. Robert Clark for Switzerland will cross the finish line, skis into 16th position, 1.32 back, tying with the Swedish skier Hulkvist. Tim Uraner next to go, the Austrian, 19 years of age. 4 career wins in giant slalom at the FIS level, entry-level races, but a win's a win. You know how to stand on top of the podium at one race level. That helps you move to the next one. It's all about learning to race, learning how to compete and face the step up to the challenge. Tim Uraner for Austria on the closeout here. Just a couple of gates left to go. Racer number 28, Tim Uraner, skis into 18th position, just missing out on the top 15. It's the Italian next to go. Racer number 29, Glauco Antonioli, 20 years of age, out of Bormio Ski Club. .47 off at the first intermediate, just in those opening 4 or 5 turns. And now approaching that second intermediate, finds himself 0.84 off the pace. 119 kilometers per hour is the speed that he's traveling at here on the closeout. Antonioli for Italy. His teammate is also, he's entered into the team combined. And for the moment, he's still in. Gives his slalom teammate a chance. Has skied into 11th position here for Antonioli.
Gets steered on by his teammates.
The Austrian next to go, Stefan Koch, 20 years of age, last of the top 30. Just getting thrown a little bit wild here on these opening turns. There is a lot of terrain on this slope. Really nice, dynamic Super G race hill here in Narvik. Not the easiest of conditions It's been warm temperatures, some rain falling. In yesterday's women's competition, the Super G, it was wet snow at the top, rain by the bottom, and the course crew working so hard to set up this race hill beautifully. So the Austrian Stefan Koch into 19th position. Next up is Sweden with William Karlsson. He's now out on course, racer number 31. Oh, and William Karlsson is down. Oh, he's not missed a gate. He almost comes to a stop, falls completely on his side, pops back up, and continues on. But that error has cost him so much time. But a good fight, because his teammate, Philip Johnson, will run the slalom portion of the team combined. So this has kept the Sweden 2 team in the combined event. Well, still plenty of racers to go here. We go back to the top with racer number 32, Michael Huber for Germany. Out on course now. "18 years of age, and he's here competed at his first Alpine Junior World Ski Championships, and is also part of the team combined event on Germany Team 2. His teammate Max Holtzinger will race the slalom portion. 0.72 off the pace at that second intermediate for Huber. And from bib 32, Michael Huber crosses the finish line. Oh, and he just misses out on the top 15. Skis into 16th position. Well, he's halved his bib number, his starting bib. That puts his teammate in a good position for the team combined slalom run. Patrick Forcek for the Czech Republic, out on course now. Now 7 Europa Cup starts to his name, and competed in the World Championships held in Solbach in 2025, racing in the downhill and Super G. Didn't finish the Super G there, but he looks as though he'll finish here in this Super G at the Junior World Ski Championships. Forcek for Czechia crosses the finish line, skis into 23rd, 1.72 back. Norway are next in the gate. Racer number 34 with Elias Hartford Kvel. Just a slight hesitation there on that left-footed turn. It's a completely blind gate. The camera angle we have looking uphill, we can see it clearly, but the racers coming from above with speed are unable to see that gate. So he just missed the timing, but good recovery from Kvel. 0.83 off the pace of the second intermediate, and now tucks through these final turns the Norwegian. Hartford Kvel for Norway into 23rd position. And his teammate, the slalom skier Sebastian Hagen, will have a chance in the team combined in the slalom portion. First of the Spanish racers with bib 35, it's Alex Ober-Serracanta. Races out of La Molina. But his first World Cup start back in 2024 in the Solden Giant Slalom, and has started on the World Cup 8 times. His most recent start was just 2 days ago in Kranjska Gora, where the men were competing in the World Cup. And he didn't finish, but here in the Super G at the Junior Worlds, he crosses the finish line and skis himself into the top 14, 0.99 back for Aubert Serracanta. Super ski from the Spanish skier. For Austria, Moritz Zudral is next to go. Zudral, he too has pushed out of the World Cup start gate. That came in Wengen in the slalom back in 2024. Out on the flats now through this second intermediate. He's 0.49 off the pace. This looks like it could be inside the top 5. It's 2 Americans holding 4th and 5th position here at the moment. And Austria are challenging the top spots with Moritz Zudral. Tucks for the finish line, skis into 12th. Oh, losing some time on the lower flats. But he's into the top 15 from bib 36. Well, it really is great to see that the rain is holding off. The weather conditions have stayed fairly consistent here once after that early delay of the original scheduled start time. This has been running smoothly, and it really is all thanks to the crew. Everyone working hard to salt has gone down on this course all morning long to set things up perfectly. Can be helpful. It's not easy to ski race Super G in the rain, but that rain helps put moisture, and then the salt works to freeze it up and create a good surface. Sweden are next to go with bib 37, Liam Liljenborg. Racing in the Super G here as the standalone single discipline, but also part of the team combined. And he's part of Sweden Team 1. His teammate Gustav Wisting will race the slalom portion. So a finish here assures that his teammate can push out of the start gate in the slalom. The team combined, if you don't finish the Super G, your team is out for the day. 1.15 off the pace at that last intermediate. Now working across the flats here over this rolling terrain. Liam Liljenborg skis into 26th position. Now we reverse the fastest 30 for the slalom. That could give them a good start in the slalom. Slovenia next to go, bib 38, Alen Hrbacek. Out on course now, Hrbacek has 16 Europa Cup starts. So competing fairly regularly on the Europa Cup tour. .30 off the pace at the second intermediate.
130 trailing.
20 years of age. And Slovenia, Team 1 in the team combined, and here in the Super G, across the finish line, Alen Hrbacek goes into 28th position. It's Team GB in the gate with bib 39. Emerson Proctor out on course now. As 5 World Europa Cup starts to his name. He's 0.65 off the pace, and he's through those crucial turns. Emerson Proctor skis out of the Apex 2100 Ski Academy, currently studying for his international baccalaureate in his final year. I imagine there's some ski racing preparation and some studying going on while he's here in Narvik. Oh, and he's missed a gate on the lower part of the track. Oh, and his family are here watching, head in their hands. Oh, that's a shame. He was skiing well, smooth in the turn, just missing the line. We stay with the British team, and we go to Ian Menzies for Great Britain. Menzies through this opening section, 0.78 off the pace through that crucial left-footed turn. Menzies, a racer that trains and competes with the Apex 2100 postgraduate program, so he's finished his studies, needs a training group, and can come together with other nationalities, other racers, trying to improve their rankings. And Ian Menzies has done just that. He's qualified himself here to the Junior Worlds in Narvik. He crosses the finish line, racer 40 into 29th position, just inside the top 30.
Ian Menzies.
We go to the Netherlands with Casper Bartels, racer number 41. 68 racers in total on this Super G start list. Bartels races out of the ski club Aalborg, so racing and training in Austria. Really nice, strong stance on his skis, clean in the turn, precise. Is 0.6 off at the first intermediate, and now through the second intermediate, 1.54 off the pace.
25.90 played by 154. It's Casper Bartels of the Netherlands.
Oh, and he too just about misses that blue gate. That's the gate where we saw Emerson Proctor ski out. But Bartels makes it to the finish line, skis in a 30th position. Oh, that could give him his teammate, Nick Zondag, a good start in the slalom portion of the team combined. Croatia are next to go with Ziggy Zodiak. That's a tricky last name to pronounce, but I like his first name. Ziggy is out on course, and he's through that opening split. Clean and precise on these opening turns, just over skiing it ever so slightly. It's not easy. It's such a balance to execute the Super G race run, perfectly balancing that risk and precision. That's the key in Super G, not to overski it, but also to get the line right on those key turns. 1.90 back, skis into 30th position for the Croatian Ziggy Zodiak.
30th position for the Croatians, racer Ziggy Zodiak.
We go to Dmitro Shepiuk for the Ukraine, out on course now. And Shepiuk 1 second back at the first intermediate, has had 4 Olympic starts. And that came just back in February when he competed for the Ukraine at the Olympic Winter Games in the men's Alpine events. 1.44 off at the second intermediate for Shepiuk.
Shepiuk from the Ukraine towards the finish line.
Finished 36 in the Olympic Super G, and here in Narvik, skis across the finish line, skis into 34th position, 2.73 back. And now out on course for Chile, Santiago Hugueras. youngster. Oh, and he is skied out. Racer number 44, the Chilean, and that takes him out of the Super G competition and also his team out of the team combined competition.
Next will be Slovenian racer Matic Krozovec. Matic Krozovec from Slovenia. Bib 45.
Out on course now, Matic Krozovec for Slovenia. Oh, and he's into trouble here. Early on that fourth gate, skis out. And so that'll be a DNF for the Slovenian.
Ja, du ser jo kan det han vippa baki da.
Thomas Holzer. Victor Agia from France is in the leader's chair.
Thomas Holzer next to go, the Chilean.
Is on course.
From Ski Club La Parva in Chile. Holzer, 9/10 off at that first intermediate. Competed in the recent Olympic Winter Games in Bormio in the men's giant slalom and slalom. Picked up a 30th place finish in the giant slalom event. And he's missed the gate on the closeout here. That blue gate hiding behind that roller on the flats, about 5 gates from the finish. And so that takes the Chilean out of the race.
Super G event for men, which is also the first part of the team combined event.
Finn McCaw next out on course for New Zealand. He's out of Queenstown in New Zealand. Oh, and he's gotten into trouble. That tough section. And apologies for the language there, but the frustration from the New Zealander. And that error has taken him out of the Super G event, just missing the timing. Falls, the hill falls away. That red gate is blind. So we go back to the top. Racer number 48 for Slovakia is Andrej Barnos.
Andrej Barnas from...
So Andre is out on course now and gets to work on these opening turns. 0.58 off the pace, the opening split. Nice and precise on that left-footed turn as he drops through these last gates on the steeper section and then finds that tuck position across the flats. 1.10 off the pace here for the Slovakian racer. Oh, when he gets the line right, barely breaks out of his tuck position. This is good skiing here from Andrej Barnas. And Slovakia crosses the finish line into 25th position, 1.56 back.
Currently 25th position. Next from Portugal, Emily Pinheiro.
Portuguese skier out on course now, Emeric Guerreiro, out of the Vanoise Ski Academy. has 3 Olympic starts to his name, competed in the Olympic Winter Games of Milano Cortina in the slalom, giant slalom and Super G. Picked up a 32nd place finish in the Super G, 1 second off the pace at that last intermediate. Oh, just going a little bit wild here, but makes it through these final turns. And now Guerrero for Portugal tucks for the finish line from bib 49, skis in a 32nd position, 1.95 back. Yeah, and his fans are there to cheer him on. Family and friends have made the trip up to Narvik.
Great Britain effects. Portuguese supporters really happy with the performance of Enrique Guerrero.
Let's take a moment here to fix a few things on the course.
Gate needs the text.
There's the broken gate. It has been fixed. Next racer to go in 30 seconds time. And that next racer will be Angus Matheson. There's the British crew at the bottom cheering on the British athletes. So wearing bib 50, Angus Matheson for the British team is next to go and is now out on course. Angus Matheson. This is for that Apex 2100 postgraduate group, the PG group. So races and trains alongside Ian Menzies. 1.62 off the pace at that second intermediate. Oh, and he's gotten into trouble on the lower parts. That's the gate where Emerson Proctor, the other British athlete, missed the gate and skied out. Angus Matheson makes it, but that error on the flats will be costly. Puts him into 38th position, but good, brave recovery from Matheson to stay in the course and get to the finish line. There's the error. Well, we go right back to the top. Bib 51, it's Marc Ubera Cherco for Spain. Ooh, and he nearly goes down on the second turn. 1.27 off the pace. That's that little error. It slowed him down. And then he has no trouble on the most crucial of turns at Red Gate, where we've seen many, a good handful of the racers ski out. 1.66 off the pace, the second intermediate.
Trailing leader Aja.
Spain now on course with Ubera Cherco. He tucks for the finish line from bib 51, skis in a 36th position. Without that opening error, he just might have gotten himself into the top 30. We stay with Spain. It's Lucan Garitano Iturbe out on course now. Iturbe has 2 Europa Cup starts to his name. 1.13 off the pace at the opening split. Has been mainly competing in giant slalom and slalom, so we will keep an eye out for Garitano Iturbe in the technical disciplines. This is a good, clean ski here in the Super G. 1.9 off the pace at the second intermediate. And from bib 52, Lucan Garitano Iturbe for Spain skis into 38th position, 3.36 back. Estonia are next to go in the start gate with Mats Hakon Jogeva. (19 years of age). 0.82 off the pace of the opening split. Oh, but he's gone down on the inside just as he was about to start to let the skis run, find that tuck position as the course changes from steep to flat. And he loses the grip of the outside ski. So the Estonian doesn't finish here in the Super G.
Next is from Spain, Roger Barcelo Castilla. Disappointed Estonian racer.
Spain are next to go in the start gate. Roger Barcelo Castellet. Out of Ski Club Masella Cerdagna. Has 2 Europa Cup starts to his name. Has most recently been competing at the Italian National Junior races and National Junior Championships in the slalom. Picked up some DNF, so looking to finish here in the Super G. 1.57 off the pace at that second and last and final intermediate. Oh, just goes a little bit wild on the rollers here on the closeout. But Barcelo Castellet for Spain has made it to the finish line, tucks through and finishes 36th.
Currently 36th position of the Spanish racer. Next from Australia is Felix Sachs, 55.
Australia are next to go with Felix Sachs.
Felix Sachs.
Felix, his first Alpine Junior Worlds here in Narvik. 1.14 off the pace at the opening split. And makes his way out across the flats. Felix Sachs for Australia. 1.96 off the pace now, 117 kilometers per hour.
Felix Sachs, Australia.
Just rolling through these closing turns. And from bib at 55, Felix Sachs for Australia crosses the finish line, skis into 39th position.
299.
That 30th spot currently being held by Ian Menzies, 1.89 back. And it's the French that lead the way. The French women won the Super G yesterday, and this fastest time from the French skier Victor Agigat looks like it will hold as the fastest racers in the Super G. The highest ranked racers run early on. They run earlier. Now as we move through the start list, these racers trying to get into that top 30. And on course now we have Sviatoslav Vatahovic for the Ukraine. He's 2.91 off the pace of the second intermediate.
Racer towards the finish line, bib 56 is Sviatoslav Vatahovic from the Ukraine.
So Vatahovic skis into 42nd position. Alexander Bonjo Lund for Denmark out on course now. Oh, and he's got into trouble, loses a ski, slides down the lower part of the steep section. He looks to be okay, but he's still sliding. Finally comes to a stop, and that'll be a DNF for Alexander Bonjolo Lund. Well, as we make our way into the final 10 racers on today's start list, just a little reminder that top 3 has stayed the same for some time. It's France that lead the way, Switzerland sits second, and Canada holding bronze medal position with Jake Curtis Knight. He was the first racer out on course at the top of the event. And we'll get back underway here in just about 25 seconds time. Next racer in the start gate will be Jonas Terbece for Monaco.
Jonas Terbece from Monaco is on board. Is 10 seconds away from getting the stopping signal.
5, 4,
And he's out on course now. Jonas Terbece for Monaco. Racing here in his first start at the Junior Worlds. Good opening turns here from Terbece. Through that second intermediate, 2.22 off the pace, 114 kilometers per hour. The light has stayed consistent. It's a little bit flat. You can see all the blue dye down on the track. That helps the racers able to see the snow surface, the definition of all those ruts and bumps. And Jonas Terbece from Monaco skis into 40th position, 3.31 back. Kazakhstan are next in the gate with Rostislav Kokhlov. Too, a racer that competed at the recent Olympic Winter Games of Milano Cortina. The men's disciplines, Alpine events were held in Bormio. He competed in the giant slalom and slalom, finishing in the giant slalom with a 51st place finish. Rostislav here on these finishing turns, just getting these closing rollers right. Now drops into that tuck position, glides through the finish line, and from bib 59 skis into 44th position.
From Kazakhstan.
5, 4, 3, stop. 60 on course.
Bib 60 out on course now, Dmitro Hashbar. Dmitro Hashbar racing for the Ukraine. At the recent Ukrainian National Junior Championships, he picked up 2 podium finishes in the giant slalom. And competing in his first Junior World Ski Championships. Dmitry Hashbar for the Ukraine crosses the finish line, skis into 43rd position.
Currently 43rd position for Dmitry Hashbar, Ukraine, 60.
Bib 61, we stay with the Ukraine, is Mykola Marichin. And again, in preparation for these Junior Worlds, competed at his home, the Ukrainian National Junior Championships, finishing 5th in one of the giant slalom races. 3.17 off the pace at the second split, and this lower section really flows nicely. Plenty of terrain. It flattens out quite a bit. But as we can see here, Marichkin, there's lots of speed in the course, and if you miss time, that move, that little press over these rollers, you can get a fair bit of air. And Marichin for the Ukraine has crossed the finish line, skis into 46th position.
5, 4.
Chilean skier next to go with Patricio Crespo.
1 minute.
Billy!
Crespo out of skis and grew up racing in La Parva. Beautiful ski area in Chile, just outside of Santiago, not far from El Colorado. Valle Nevado is nearby. I have trained there myself, and lots of teams going to train in those parts during the southern hemisphere's winter to get that winter snow training. Patricio Crespo for Chile tucks for the finish line from bib 62, has skied into 43rd position with a time of 44.80.
Currently 50th position for Patricio Crespo from Chile. Next up from
Hong Kong are out on course, and the racer Eugene Roger and Michelle Cornu Wong. Oh, and he has skied out all that waiting, all that time to prepare. Yeah, he gives himself a little hit with the hand on his helmet. That tactical error there. It's not an easy track, and he's not the only one to ski out there and make that error on that crucial left-footed red gate. We go right back to the top. Next to go, racer number 64 for Denmark will be Albert Presler.
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, stop.
Let's go!
65 on course.
1 minute.
Currently races and trains and over at Waterville Valley. It's over in the U.S. He's 19 years of age, 1.07 off the pace at the first intermediate. And yeah, on the FIS circuit, his most recent results are at races over in the USA, near to Waterville Valley. So from bib 65, Christian Tjege Pedersen for Denmark skis into 40th position. 43.44 is his time.
leading Victor Orgeal.
Well, in the start gate, we have bib 66, Flavio Vitale, who is, well, he's become one of France's strong skiers in giant slalom on the World Cup Tour. Vitale from Teen. Grew up racing here on these slopes, and this is a dynamic turn. There's a lot of energy here. Racing for France, he graduated out of the Apex 2100 Ski Academy with that IB degree, English degree, which was superb for Flavio. And he's 0.96 off the pace. He's really pushing here on the closeout. From bib 66, this surely will be in the top group, and he's done it into the top 30, 25th position, 1.55 off the pace. And Flavio will put his slalom skis on and be racing with one of the French combined as a team combined member. 2 racers to go, and this, the penultimate racer of bib 67, is Marios Jonas Tsiopanas for Greece, the Greek racer. Our final racer will be bib 68, Corentin Gattignol for Portugal. But it's Greece that are out on course now with Tsiopanas. Tsiopanas has been competing in some FIS level races in Romania, the National Junior Championships for Romania, picking up an 11th place finish in the slalom. Well, it has been a really exciting Super G. Some disappointment for some races, skiing out some of those medalists, but we have the Greek racer across the finish line and completes the Super G here in Narvik. Next out on course and already out on course is the skier Portugal, Corentin Gatigno. Skis with the ski club de Bessé.
Last entry of the day, bib 68.
He changed, was racing for France and changed nationalities to Portugal in June of 2024. So now competes under the Portuguese flag, and Gatigno skis into 45th position. And that does conclude. Our final racer has crossed the finish line here in this morning's Super G. A slight delay at the start of the day, but good work from the jury, the course crew, all of the workers, the volunteers helping out on the slope here for these events. Able to get this Super G underway and completed. And this is the standalone Super G discipline, but also the Super G portion of the team combined. So I remind you that the slalom run will go out. Well, Canada pick up a medal at these Alpine Junior World Ski Championships, and it's Jake Curtis Knight who picks up the bronze. Sandro Manzer for Switzerland was the silver medalist last year in this event, and he picks up a silver again. And the win goes to the French. Let's have a look here at the top three. There's Jake Curtis Knight, 20 years of age, from Jasper, Alberta, picks up bronze. Sander Manzer for Switzerland picks up his second silver in this discipline at the Alpine Junior World Ski Championships. But the French, they won yesterday in the women's race with Emi Charbonnier, and here Victor Hadjigat has won gold for France.
Then in a couple of minutes we'll continue the flower ceremony for the Super G.
Huge efforts from everyone on the slopes here today. Shout out to the jury members.
Victory for Victor today. Can you tell us where and when were you more nervous? At the start before the race or afterwards in the finish on the leader chair?
I have to say the two moments were pretty hard, pretty stressful. But I think the stress is different. It's pretty like intense stress at the top, where you're trying to focus on everything, and here like you're trying to relax because you know you're stressing, but either way is great.
So Victor, please tell us quickly through your run today. What did you do in particular well to come out on top?
I think the key today was to take risks. I took risk. I think it went well. Some little errors, but maybe speed errors. Errors because I was going fast, and so I think taking risk was the solution today.
Double victory from Team France yesterday. Today you become Junior World Champion in Super G. Tomorrow is a rest day. Will there be a party with Team France tonight?
I'm gonna stay quiet and don't tell you anything, but I think that people that know me well will know where to find me.
Fantastic. Congratulations and good luck for the upcoming races.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, look at the slalom skiers preparing for that slalom run for the men's team combined.
Sandro,
we'll get an interview here from the silver medalist
again in the Super G. Last year, 500s behind the winner. This year, 300s behind the winner. If you could go to the start again, would you do something different, or are you happy with your run today?
I'm happy with my run today. It was like I wanted it to go, and yeah, I wouldn't do something else. I'm happy with how it is.
Fantastic. And will we see you on some more races at this Junior World Championships, or was this the last one for you?
No, unfortunately, I'm gonna fly home tomorrow. But it was a pleasure. I'd like to stay longer, but I only do downhill and Super G.
Thank you very much. Congratulations for your second silver medal, and enjoy tonight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Jake, BIP number 1 is not such a bad number in the Super G after all. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it was awesome. I didn't get much of a course report as no one went before me, but the surface was nice and I trusted it.
Exactly. Little to no information at the start with BIP number 1. How did you manage to come up with such a stellar performance? Was it just pure confidence or instinct?
Yeah, confidence, trusting your inspection, knowing where you're going, and just trusting that you know you can do it.
So, what can we expect from Team Canada today in the team combined?
Well, we don't have another slalom skier, sadly. I'm the only male athlete here, so the Super G will be all.
In that case, party instead tonight because there is a rest day tomorrow?
I don't know about partying, but I'm sure I'll have a nice dinner with the team.
Congratulations, enjoy your bronze medal in today's Super G, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks a lot.
Well, a huge congratulations to the medal finishers. Jake Curtis-Knight in third with bronze. Sandro Manzer for Switzerland picking up a double, his second silver in this discipline. And the French take the title here in the men's Super G with Victor Hadjigat, and as well took the Super G title in the women's event. Rounding off that top 30 with the Slovenian Alen Hribersek, 2 Americans in the top 5, just missing out on those medal positions, but 2 strong skis from the likes of Jeremy Nolting and Axel Lindenmeyer. Norway's best finisher in 6 with Sebastian Espen Bengtsson. Austrians' best is Matthias Fernsevener, medalist in the Super G in Tarvisio last year, but could only manage 9th place here in today's race in Narvik.
Honorable guests, athletes, ladies and gentlemen, the flower ceremony for the Narvik 2026.
I remind you that the slalom portion of the men's team combined is coming up very shortly. Be sure to tune in for the slalom run and the closeout of the men's team combined. That concludes the Super G portion here in Narvik.
Representing Canada. In second place, Sandro Manzer representing